Okay, hey, welcome to another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today we have a fun new review for you from the brand StrapHabit. A little bit about them. They were founded in 2019. They're based out of Ohio, and they're named and dedicated to providing good quality, unique options at reasonable prices. And the cool thing is we have reviewed some pretty premium straps here on the channel. And normally they come at a quite premium cost. Now these particular items are known as their premium Sailcloth nylon 2-piece watch straps with a, they actually do come with quick release spring bars as well. And they're only $24 each. Now some of you might be thinking 24 bucks for a strap sounds kind of expensive, but for those of you who are fans of the channel, you know that in terms of premium sailcloth straps, I reviewed some of the best and most expensive, and the cool thing is these are some of the best and also not some of the most expensive, which I think is great. So I'm looking forward to sharing these with you guys. Definitely appreciate StrapHabit for reaching out to the channel. They also sent over some other straps for me to check out as well, but I did want to focus on these ones in particular because I think they're just that good. So with all that said, let's go ahead, zoom the camera out, get these pieces in hand, and take a closer look. All right, guys, now as you can see, we have quite a few options here today, but let's take a look at the one that's not on anything. So if we take a look here with this beautiful tan setup, let the camera focus there. You can see in terms of the hardware, it's got a two-tone finish. You're getting brushed centers, polished outer, very nice. On the underneath, you're getting a nice leather here. You're getting that nice free keeper as well as a fixed keeper. Well stitched, everything matching. And then the same on this side. One really nice feature is that you're getting the backed holes, which is really great. I really can appreciate that. I think that's fantastic. And you can see same on this side, but for me, like, that's something that really stands out in terms of these being quite premium. And I know some of you are looking at these and you're probably not really seeing sailcloth. And I guess I kind of agree with it. These are, to me anyway, they're more than sailcloth. I wouldn't say that they're just not pigeon-held to the sailcloth name, but you can see in terms of that nylon finish on there, it definitely has a very similar appearance in terms of texture, but I will say that these are not traditional sailcloth. They are definitely more of a premium step, but for me, I see them as being super versatile. I'd say even more versatile than a sailcloth strap because I think there's just a little bit more room in terms of what you can do with these, and some great choices that I wanted to showcase these on are, of course, my 2s and 5.56s. We have your 5.56 IB and then your 5.56 A. We got the blue on blue, we got the black on black, but you can easily see that this gray on blue would look fantastic, as well as a little bit of green on black, very tactical. And then if you want to get into something a little bit more summery, a little desert style setup, very tactical as well. And then the nice thing is the black still ties in, which I think is really, really cool and fun. So the reason why I chose these two particular watches is because that they're also ultimately versatile and not pigeon-held, because they are Flieger watches by design, but they also both have screw-down crowns and have 200 meters of water resistance. And they're also quite well sized, right? So the nice thing is it can be worn quite versatile. This actually is a lot dressier and more in the everyday vein. You even get a highly finished ETA movement there. So very nice from that perspective. And you guys have seen these on the channel. For the full reviews, definitely check the channel history, guys. But these are just really versatile timepieces, and I felt like they really suited these straps because they are ultimately versatile as well. So let's get right into it. What makes these different? Apart from the price, they're super affordable. And yes, I do feel like they have a bit of a kind of field and flight kind of flair to them. So outside of your basic sailcloth, but one of the things that makes sailcloth straps so great in terms of using them for tactical straps is their composition. They're quite water resistant and sometimes even waterproof, and they're just really versatile. And the nice thing is here, you're getting a nice color range. These will fit a ton of different watches, and you know, they all have quick release spring bars. They work even faster on these watches because they have drilled lugs. So another nice thing is because of that display case back, you actually get to see that there. So versus, let's say you were to put this on a NATO or something like that, then you would be kind of blocking that out, also adding a little bit of thickness. And for a watch that has 200 meters of water resistance, you know, every bit of thinness on wrist helps. So let me get this one on here for you guys. 7¼ inch wrist. I want to say I'm around, I like to wear it a bit above the wrist bone, which could actually make it wear a slightly, I'd say my wrist might be a little bit larger, a little bit higher up, because although it's skinnier here this way, it gets wider this way. So it might be closer to 7½ when I wear it on this end of the wrist bone. But as you can see, really gorgeous. Check that out. Look at the way the light just shimmers off of that. And that's one of the things that makes it very, very versatile, because it will play with the light in a way that can match a lot of different dials. In this case, you're getting a very matte black dial with the white font, so very easy to match. But when you see something like this, where you're gonna have a lot of different tones in that sunray blue dial, now you can actually get a lot of tones here on this blue strap. So we'll put this one on for everybody who's a typical right-handed person. Will love to see this probably on the left wrist. So for me, guys, again, about 3 holes in, and this is the standard size. As far as I know, there's no longer or shorter size, but check that out. I'm typically not a blue on blue guy, but the match on here is really magnificent. Look at the way the light rolls off of those textures. Really, really beautiful. And again, there's a certain premium about the stitching and how uniform it is, and then having these backed holes. It's just the reinforcements are really nice. Now, in terms of some of the specs here, guys, let's read them out to you. Quick release spring bars, of course, you're going to get. Also, the length is going to be 2.9 inches and 4.9 inches, or 73 millimeters and 125 millimeters, not including the buckle. Also, you can get them in 20 millimeters as seen here, or 22, which is going to mean the buckle size is going to be 18 on the 20 millimeter and then 20 on the 22. So similar taper on each of those. And then in terms of the lining, you're getting black leather, which is great in terms of durability and whatnot, and not worrying about stains. So that's fantastic. These are about 3 millimeters thick. You're also getting, of course, stainless steel hardware, which is fantastic. And you're even getting multi-finishes, which means it's going to match with different watches that much easier. So I can absolutely appreciate that as well. And then the holes themselves, as you can see, are quite I'd say a bit meatier than you would think, and that's because the quick release spring bars are compatible with traditional as well as Seiko fat lug holes. So very cool from that perspective. I definitely dig that. It adds a little bit of versatility. You guys know I'm a big Seiko guy as well. I almost pulled in a couple of alpinists to just kind of help be the Vanna Whites for this, but I did want to focus on the straps themselves and not necessarily on the watches, but you know, give you guys a nice idea from a very common watch, especially these days. Everybody loves this. It's you know, it's a great reverse halo kind of. It's Zin's entry level watch, but it's also one of their more desirable watches. And I think it's kind of a similar story here. You know, you think of a strap like this, these kind of tactical, everyday adventure type straps, they go great with field watches, they go great with pilot's watches, divers, of course, you think sailcloth, perfect for a diver. And they're super desirable, although sporty, and I think that's cool. I do enjoy a really great two-piece strap, guys. And for those reasons, you still get that thinness. The wrist contact is there. Of course, not quite as safe in terms of if there's a spring bar failure versus if you had a one-piece loop through strap. But I gotta say, man, it really hits all the marks there. The looks really fantastic, feels really great. In terms of breaking in, really all I did was pull a couple of these guys right here, and then you get a nice little bend to that material and you're good. You just got to wear it after that, you know, or you can, you know, secure it to your watch and then put it on a watch pillow or something like that. Let it get a little bit more molded to that more circular, rounder shape. But in the meantime, I'd say they hold onto the wrist quite well. You don't have to worry, even for a watch like this, very sporty and substantial feeling. It's not flopping around. It's not going anywhere. Look at the way everything lines up quite handsomely there. So guys, closing thoughts on these, you're getting elevated quality and design under $30 US, which is great. So fantastic balance of rugged and refined that offers that refined tactical look that really outshines standard sailcloth straps without approaching any level of luxury pricing. So typically there's kind of standard sailcloth straps, which are all around the same price. And then there's the real primo stuff, which costs a lot more. In this case, these straps, for me, kind of are somewhere in the middle. They're a little bit more expensive, sure, than your average $15, you know, sailcloth strap, but at the same time, they're still quite cheap by comparison at under $30. I think $24 at the time of filming this, 24 bucks. And you can get a set of these, which is great. You know, it's just 24 bucks, boom, 24 bucks, 24 bucks, 24 bucks, 24 bucks, and it's not a bad deal. And you're getting something that is really versatile, really wearable, and I think just really well designed. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.